call this meeting to order at 6:04 p.m. Can everyone please stand to join me in the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Moving on, we'll be doing roll call. So as I call your name, just say that you're here present.
Can you just speak a little louder?
Yeah. All right, next we'll be doing roll call. So if I call your name, just say that you're here or present. Vice Chair Bayret.
Here.
Treasurer Lai is absent. Commissioner Abende.
Here.
Commissioner Garcia is absent. Commissioner Nguyen.
Here.
Commissioner Ortega. Here. Commissioner Romero.
Here.
Commissioner Saraf.
Right here.
And Commissioner Rodriguez is absent. So we have 7 present and 3 absent.
That's,
The next, can we get a secretary's report, please?
yes, the meeting packet was posted on January 9th, 2025.
Thank you. Next will be the approval of meeting minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 9th, 2024?
I motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 9th, 2024.
Can I get a second?
I second the motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 9th, 2024.
All right, all those in favor say aye, and we'll start with Commissioner Abende and we'll move around the table.
Aye.
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 All right, the motion carries with a vote of 7 to 0 to 3.
Actually, it's 0-0.
7-0-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who motioned?
Commissioner.
And Van May, second.
All right, so next up is introductions. Yeah, introductions.
Yeah, actually, why don't you guys introduce yourselves to our audience? Maybe say how long you've been on the commission, what grade you're in, what school you're to. And of course, your name.
I'm Sophia Romero. I go to Christopher High School. I've been on the commission since August. And is that all we said?
I think so.
Hi, I'm Jacob Ortega. I started this year. I go to Dr. TJ Owens Early College Academy, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Anna and I go to Gilroy High School. I'm a junior and I began, I'd say August or September of last year.
Hi, I'm Maya. I go to the same school as him, so GECA. I'm a senior, and then this is my second year on the commission.
My name's Alfred. I'm the chair of the commission. I've been here since, this is my 3rd year on the commission. I also go to GECA.
I'm Bame. I go to Monte Vista. It's my 2nd year on the commission.
Pero Havana, this is my now second. I've been on the commission for 1 year and I also go to GECA.
All right, next up will be public comment items on items that are not on the agenda. Do we have any public comments?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right, next up is new business. Do we have any new business?
No.
Okay, so moving on to old business, item 9.1, where we will review the fiscal year 2025 Youth Commission Work Plan. So first, can we get a staff report, please?
Yes, okay, so if you open your packets and turn to the staff report. Okay, so earlier this term, you adopted the following items, the posting the opportunity fair, Tech Week for seniors, support breakfast with Santa event, identifying a environmental issue, and then resubmitting a letter of support to City Council in favor of funding a youth center. And so I will go over where you're at as of right now. So for the opportunity fair, which is scheduled for, if you don't have this in your calendars, you should, Saturday, March 22nd, 2025 at Wheeler Center Gym. So the committee has been formed, Alfred, Gianna, Van May, Baru, and Anna. And they will lead the event planning efforts. Obviously, this is going to be encompass the entire commission. But you 5 are responsible for getting this event off the ground. And fortunately, you did have a very productive meeting. If you look at the end of your packet, you established which commissioners and what organizations you were going to reach out to. I'm not gonna go through this line by line. The committee agreed that they would start this process starting after this meeting, so for the new year. And it's important to get a response from all of these organizations. So, you know who's going to be here, and also you can use these organizations to promote the event. And also, if there's any other organizations you want to add to this list, you are more than welcome to. Essentially, let's start with just this list. Many of these organizations were here at last year's Opportunity Teen Fair, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to table again. Before I go on to the next one, does someone want to explain what the Opportunity Teen Fair is to our audience?
So Opportunity Teen Fair, we started it last year. It's pretty much it's a job, internship, and volunteer fair for high school students. So it helps them like find extracurricular activities to do outside of school, both for personal experiences and hopefully to build their resumes. And we started it last year in March, and it was really successful. We had about 20 something,
I think it was 25.
25 vendors, and then we had over 100 students attend. So we're planning to do it again this year with more vendors and hopefully get more students and make it like an annual thing.
Okay, so in terms of moving forward, does anyone recall how you reached out to these vendors? I know some of you obviously have direct connections. For example, Maya works at Gilroy Gardens, so she knows who to talk to. But I think, didn't you guys, for some of these organizations, businesses used a letter, right?
Mhm.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, but I don't remember.
Okay, well, if you don't need it, I mean, that's fine. It's just making sure that they have the date, the time, what the expectations are, you know, they're gonna probably know, well, what should I bring, you know? So what I can do is after this meeting, probably tomorrow or the next day, I'll forward you what we did last year, and then you guys can kind of take it from there. Are there any questions? Okay, so last count, it looked like Alfred, there were 7 organizations you were responsible for. Anna, you have 7. Gianna's not here, she has 7. Dan May, you have 5. Baru, you have 4, and so forth. Okay, I would recommend that this committee meet maybe a week before next month's meeting. Just to check in and see where you're at. Because after that meeting, then you start to enter into the next phase, which is the marketing. But you need to have these organizations secure before you can start marketing. I think it would be advantageous to set up a time to meet. We don't have to do that at this very moment, but maybe right after this meeting, we can just figure out a good time to meet. It worked really well last time, very similar format, so I don't think it should take more than 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
All right, anything else for Opportunity here? No? Okay. All right, moving on with your work plan here. Let's see. Okay, the next is Tech Week. Does someone, other than Alfred, we're gonna talk about Tech Week, explain it to our audience.
Sure. So pretty much in the room back there, we had just like a setup, like a table setup, and then it was maybe 2 or 3 commissioners that came in for a couple days each week. I think it was for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So for about 2 weeks, we were there like a couple days each week. And then there's seniors in there, like having breakfast and everything. So they were able to bring their like electronics, like We had a couple flip phones, just tablets, iPhones and everything. And then we just helped them with like any questions they had on those electronics. So yeah.
And just a rough estimate, it looks like you served close to 30 seniors. So good job. I know some of them actually were the same seniors.
Yeah.
But still, it was very impressive. So good job. And they're asking me already, when are you coming back? Okay, next one was breakfast with Santa. Does someone other than Alfred or Maya want to explain what the commission did for breakfast with Santa?
I can do it. So basically, like in December, there was an event for families where they brought their kids and like they did arts and crafts, ate breakfast in the morning, and we helped volunteer at the section with arts and crafts. I made wreaths. I know other people made like decorated cookies and stuff like that. So we just helped set up and help run the event. So.
Alright, okay. The last one is the legislative issue. Jacob, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Do you want to kind of just explain an overview of what the legislative issue is? And then we can start talking about kind of where you guys are at with it.
Yeah, so a group of us have been focusing on a specific flower, the Loma Prieta Huerta, I believe. We were looking into its significance and how we can, and as of now, it is endangered. So we're looking into measures of how we can protect it. Am I missing anything?
Well, do you want to talk about how, like, what is the flower, like how it's populated in this particular region?
So right now it's not, it's pretty rare. Right now it's only really in the San Francisco area.
So the reason why it was selected is that it's endangered. It's endangered of being extinct. It's on the Santa Clara County, I forget the name of the report, but it was identified by this county as being vulnerable to extinction. And so what is it? Someone else from the committee, what is it now that they are going to do? So what are you going to do? And actually, I know you're on the committee. It says Emily, it should say.
Oh, yeah. Well, pretty much I researched the ways that we could kind of mimic what other cities did in regards to like conservation efforts, I guess. So there's a specific Loma Prieta Resource Conservation District that I found. So that's like specific to them. So I thought we could maybe reach out to them and see what they're doing. I didn't look too much into that, but that was just one of the things I found. And then I also found the East Bay Biodiversity Protection, I think it was some program or something, but this was about cat they had like some sort of wild or like free roaming cats. They needed to like stop the population of them. So pretty much what they did is they had an educational campaign. They posted signs and informative brochures around the city, and then they coordinated with local animal service agencies and then found and tracked the species and then enforced enforce the feeding of the lack of feeding free roaming cats. So I thought we could maybe do the same thing. So kind of like the same concept, but with the flower.
Yeah, those are great ideas. They're all very doable. So essentially what they're trying to do is recommend to the city council ways, very feasible ways of trying to protect this flower. And so Maya is recommending, it sounds like educational resources.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to throw out there too, is the city could ask for housing developments, they can ask the developers to plant this flower.
Mhm.
You know, which would help, of course, grow the species. Okay, anything else? That's not here. Sophia, do you have any updates?
Yeah, I looked into other cities that have done something similar. into protecting wildlife around where they live. And one is Monterey County, which obviously very close, and they are protecting an endangered species of flowers called I want to say it's pronounced like the Gilia flower. I'm not too sure how you pronounce that. But they did that, and San Diego did their Mesa mint flower, which is also very similar to our Loma Prieta, which grows in their general area. And like you proposed, planting the flowers because most of these plants are harmed by urbanization around them. So that was my proposal, was to help plant around in areas that they're going extinct. And then all of this was done through the CDFW, which is the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. So if there was a way we could get in contact with somebody through that.
Okay.
And it's also done through the CESA, which is the California Endangered Species Act. And they protect and preserve plants and animals, so, and it's all done.
Okay, that's great. Actually, if both of you can email me the information and then we can come together, compile it and start putting together that 2-page report that we had talked about. Jacob.
Yeah.
Do you have any updates?
Yeah, so I was researching the specific impact on Gilroy. Unfortunately, I cannot find any direct ties to Gilroy. But I was looking at it in like a more broad context, like as a symbol to stand up against loss of biodiversity. Because some of the stuff I found was like climate change induced plant and ecosystem loss impacts human health, agriculture, and global biodiversity. Also, yeah, it directly impacts our health stuff. We also use a lot of like um plants and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. And uh it helps just conserve and protect the habitats which we deeply care about.
Excellent. Okay, good. Same thing. If you can email me the information. Is there anything else that hasn't been mentioned, whether opportunity fair, environmental issue?
Okay, moving on, do we have any agenda items for the next meeting?
I don't have anything other than what the work plan, which is an ongoing item. But I do want to meet with both committees before the next meeting. Believe it or not, it's gonna be February. Your last meeting is in May. For the environmental committee, you want to have this report. You know, you want to really get into it by April. Doesn't leave you a lot of opportunities. And then, of course, with Opportunity Team Fair, it's gonna take up a lot of time. Of course, that's coming up. So I think it's paramount that we set up times to meet before the next meeting.
Okay. All right, next, do we have any staff or commissioner comments? No? Okay, then I'll adjourn this meeting at 6:23 p.m.